the month of March in Michigan, and that means one thing: MHSAA tournament basketball. District semifinals tonight between the Chippewa Valley Big Reds and the Utica Chieftains. I'm Brad First for Chippewa Valley Cable Television, welcoming you inside Chippewa Valley for this Division I tournament game. Let's meet tonight's starters. First for the visitors from Utica High. Be number 5, sophomore Mason Brody. Number 10, junior Trent McFarland. Number 11, sophomore Sebastian Soriano. The senior captain wearing number 22, Kevin Kikich. And number 41, senior Bryce Kotelis. Chieftains are coached by David Hinkle. As for our Chippewa Valley Big Reds, under the guidance of Corey Smith, they line up with their typical 5 of Isaiah Joe Liffey, senior Devin Lilly, senior Ricky Mosley, senior number 10 Ryan Schuster, and sophomore big man number 34 Jordan Wright. Chippewa Valley Big Reds, losers of 2 straight coming into tonight's ball game, dropping the MAC Red-White crossover tournament championship game to Dakota. They also lost a non-conference game to Rochester Adams. They come in with a record of 14-6 and a 6-2 record here at home. As for the Utica Chieftains, they come in with a record of 7-13. They were 3-7 in MAC Blue play, which was good enough for 5th place. They too come in with a losing record as of late, coming in with 3 straight losses. Chieftains not very good on the road, just a 1-7 record away from their home gymnasium. Bryce Kotel is going to jump things up for the Utica Chieftains. He's countered in the circle by Jordan Wright. Big Reds in their home white jerseys with red numerals and trim. The Chieftains clad in black with red, check that, orange numbers. So it'll be the Big Reds winning the first tip. Devin Lilly, 6'3", senior, holding the basketball, being guarded right now by Trent McFarland. McFarland applies a little bit of pressure. Lilly dumps it off to Ricky Mosley, looking to go inside, swatted out of the hands there of Jordan Wright. Near turnover, and they will, in fact, turn it over to the Chieftains. Sebastian Soriano unable to catch that pass cleanly, sails out of bounds. So the Big Reds will take over. A little bit of a height advantage inside for Jordan Wright. See if they can take advantage of that mismatch down low. That's where the ball went on the very opening possession of this basketball game for Chippewa Valley. We know the Big Reds have a very good outside shooting game, and looking to go inside. The pass stolen there by Bryce Kotelis. Up ahead, the pass comes to Brody. Kotelis steps out from deep. He can't hit. Devin Lilly comes away with the defensive rebound. He streaks down the middle of the floor. Pulls up. Little floater from the free throw line is no good. It's been a while since both of these teams played, as there's a dangerous looking collision there. Ricky Mosley taking the brunt of that abuse. He appears to be okay as he's back on 2 feet. It's been over a week for both of these teams since they have seen live action. You wonder if perhaps that might play a factor here in the start for both of these teams. They know their opponent in the district championship game. It will be the L'Anse Creuse Lancers, who needed overtime to dispatch the Stevenson Titans. 69-59 was the final in that ball game. Stevenson had a chance to win the game in regulation, but failed to convert on some late second free throws. And L'Anse Creuse, the MAC Gold team, who's now 10-12, were able to take care of business in overtime. So they will play for the district title. Some of the Lancers are in attendance to check out this ball game. So the winner of tonight's game will play L'Anse Creuse in a couple nights. Schuster catching on the left wing, goes into the corner there for Ricky Mosley. His triple try on the way, no good. Schuster comes down with the offensive rebound and lays it in. Early 2-0 lead for Chippewa Valley. Sebastian Soriano going to run the point tonight for Utica. He is only a sophomore. Crosses over his defender, Joe Liffey, defers over to the left wing side. Looking to dump the ball in deep. Instead, Cotellis catches it along the perimeter. Dumps the ball back to Soriano between the rings. Soriano is right-hand side now for Brody. Brody is a sophomore as well, so two really young guards on the starting five for this Chieftains team. Cross-court pass. Soriano catches it in front of the Big Red bench. Cotellis steps his way through the lane but can't convert. Schuster comes down with the defensive rebound. Schuster floats a pass over to Lilly. Thought about the three, instead defers, drives in, kicks out, and it's Jordan Wright, the sophomore, for the Big Reds, who lays it in. An early 4-0 lead for the Chippewa Valley Big Reds, who averaged just over 54 points per game. Chieftains, on the other hand, average about 50 per contest, so one would anticipate a fairly low scoring game between our two teams. Mentioned Utica comes in losers of 3 straight. It's their 4th 3-game losing streak of the season. However, Utica has always responded with a victory as Mason Brody fills it up from downtown. So Utica has never had a 4-game losing streak. Perhaps that will play a factor here tonight. Mosley into the corner for Schuster. 4.5 minutes now remaining in the opening quarter of play. Joe Lippy tried to drive, gets tied up there by Soriano. Terrific defense played by the young sophomore. Utica student section traveled over, and chance of He's a Baby breakout. They too know just how young their point guard is. Soriano brings it up to the offensive half court. Into the corner for Brody, gives it right back to Soriano. Crosses over his defender, turns down a screen, looks to turn the corner. And we're gonna have a blocking foul called on Jordan Wright. Wright's first, team first. Mentioned that poor road record for the Chieftains, 1-7. Their lone road victory of the season was over Anchor Bay. Brody, the lone point scorer thus far for Utica, has it, lost it. Joe Lippy comes away with the steal. He enters the front court, dumps off to Ricky Mosley, drives baseline, dumps it off inside to Jordan Wright, who had his pocket pick. Tenacious defense being played by the Chieftains right now as they give up just over 52 points per game. Mason Brody has it as they ring it around the perimeter. Akram Eskul, one of the senior captains for Utica, wears 21 in black. Into the corner, 3 on the way, in and out. Offensive rebound controlled by Utica. It's Trent McFarland as Eskul gets tied up and he travels as he falls to the floor. Chippewa Valley Big Red team started out the season 10-1. They looked like world beaters, and since then have gone 5-5 in their last 10. 500 basketball to end the season for the Big Reds. And another turnover there for Joe Liffey. Nick Bolsakowski into the game for Utica. Evan Sturm will be the lone sub for the Chippewa Valley Big Reds as he replaces Jordan Wright on the floor. 5 minutes gone by, Big Reds in front, 4-3. District semifinals. Winner in tonight's game will meet the Lance Cruz Lancers. Mason Brody holds the ball above his head, asks for a screen, gets it. Little pick and pop action, but instead it's a steal. Ricky Mosley goes in ahead and slams it down. 6'1" senior with a little bit of elevation. Defense, the story of this game thus far. Escool tried to drive. That three-point attempt might have been deflected just a little bit. Schuster wanted an over-the-back call, didn't get it. And now they're going to change the call, and they'll say it'll stay with Utica. Official from the far side was camped out near the half-court line. Changed the initial call. So it'll go back to Utica. Chippewa Valley staying with that man-to-man defense. Joe Liffey ripping down on the defensive rebound. He quickly streaks up the floor. Bounce pass over to Devin Lilly. Drives baseline, kicks it off to Sturm on the travel call. Sturm throws up both hands. He can't believe it.
And for the Chieftains, Trent McFarland.
Trent McFarland back into the game for Utica. He replaces Soriano. So now Mason Brody will run the point for head coach David Hinkle. Picking up the dribble. McFarland gets it right back. McFarland being guarded right now by Devin Lilly. Brody getting the assignment of Ricky Mosley, who we know is quite the defensive shutdown specialist. And Utica will use one of their timeouts.
30-second timeout.
A 30-second timeout as David Hinkle didn't like what he saw out of his half-court set.
To a team of highly skilled physicians. Their orthopedics and sports medicine experts will be there.
So the Lancers talked about them making this district championship game after their 69-59 victory over Stevenson. Lance Cruz also had to beat Ford in the opening round of district play, and they took care of business quite easily. 82-45 was the final in that one. So the Lancers, through 2 games of this district, look well oiled. So Chippewa Valley or Utica, the winner of tonight's game, will take on a Lance Cruz team that really is going to ride some momentum into the championship game in a couple nights. Osakovic can trigger things right in front of us as we're high atop the valley. Chippewa Valley. Mason Brody, he's knocked down a three-pointer. This time he drives, floats one up, can't hit. Schuster comes away with the rebound. Schuster quickly up to the offensive end. Bolsakovsky tried to pick his pocket. Instead, Joe Liffey hoists for 3 and hits. First three-pointer of the night for Chippewa Valley's a big one. Extends the lead up to 6. It's 9-3. Kekic gets a little bit of a double team. Passes out of it. McFarland takes his time. Defers back over to Kekic. Being guarded there by Schuster. Double team comes immediately once again. McFarland holds the basketball high above his head. Goes into the corner, gets it right back. Utica unable to get anything on the inside. They've spent this entire possession ringing it around the perimeter. Little 3 on the way, no good. Schuster comes out of nowhere to snare that rebound. And a little bit of a bump at the free throw line. Foul will occur on the floor with 11 seconds now left to go in the first quarter. Couple starters back into the game for Utica, including Cotelis,
And for the Chieftains, Sebastian Soriano.
as well as Sebastian Soriano. Baseline trigger now for the QB, Ryan Schuster. Joe Liffey catches. That pass was deflected out of bounds, last touch by Utica. Plenty of time to set up something offensively here with 6.6 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Low scoring start to this contest with the Big Reds in front 9-3. Schuster holds the ball high above his head. Kevin Carter in the game as well for the Big Reds. Devin Lilly drives, floats and hits. Oh, what a pretty play. Buzzer sounds with 5 different Big Reds factoring into the scoring. 8 minutes in the books. Chippewa Valley with the lead, 11-3. We'll take a quick break here on Chippewa Valley Cable Television, but when we come back, it'll be the start of the second quarter of play.
To state emergencies to protect the lives.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 300,000 participants here in Michigan who take part in high school sports.
Our Chippewa Valley Big Reds taking care of business after one quarter of play. They lead it 11-3. The Utica Chieftains have been held to just one Mason Brody three-pointer. As a co-Big Red champion, Chippewa Valley Big Reds have limited Utica offensively. As I mentioned, heading into that break, 5 different Big Reds have factored into the score. Joe Liffey knocking down a 3. Devin Lilly, Ricky Mosley, Schuster, and Jordan Wright, all with single field goals in that first quarter. Oh, a terrific look there as Kevin Carter just could not catch that pass from Isaiah Joe Liffey. It's a turnover there for the Big Reds. Talked about this Utica team struggling to really get anything going offensively. They just averaged 50 points per game. They finished 5th in the MAC Blue at 3-7. Arguably the Utica's best win of the season was a 45-39 victory on February 14th over the MAC White champion Romeo Bulldogs. Into the corner, ball fake there by McFarland. And Utica spent a lot of time passing the basketball, and they're gonna wave off that shot attempt and call it travel. Ricky Mosley took a little bit of a hard screen that time. Bryce Cotella set it. And Ricky Mosley, some visible pain as he kind of moved his shoulder around a little bit. Be something to pay attention to as this game progresses. Kevin Carter right in front of the Chieftains bench puts up an air ball. Mosley gets the kick out as that offensive rebound was tapped back out. Lilly launches from deep and it rattles home. His first three-pointer of the game increases the Big Red lead. They now lead it 14-3. Soriano trapped. Nice job. Chippewa Valley has been very good with their double teams.
Now for the Big Reds is Ryan Schuster, and for the Chieftains.
Schuster back into the game for Chippewa Valley. School into the game now for the Chieftains. That was a very well-designed play on the inbounds as Akram School goes up strong and gets it to fall. Schuster catches, gets some separation. Carter looking to go backdoor. Instead of catch and shoot 3, comes up short off the right hand of Devin Lilly. Chieftains run out, now pull up. Sebastian Soriano directs traffic, looks to his left, throws it over to Mason Brody. Looking to drive on Ricky Mosley. That's not a very wise idea. Instead he'll hoist, can't hit. Ricky Mosley was going up for the defensive rebound and got fouled in the process. 2 minutes gone by here in the second quarter.
Also in the Big Reds is Ray Hester.
Clinton now into the game for the Chippewa Valley Big Reds. Up ahead, blowing the layup. Devin Lilly couldn't finish it off. Kick out three on its way and good. That's a big bucket there for the Chieftains as McFarland knocks it down. The Utica crowd for the first time in the basketball game starting to make some noise. Schuster looks for the answer and he knocks it down. Teams trading threes. Both of the Big Reds' field goals in this quarter have been from distance. Lead back up to 9, 17-8, 4:50 remaining first half. Schuster comes away with the steal. Nice job getting back defensively out of the Chieftains. Schuster able to contort his body and hit. A little 5-0 run courtesy of Ryan Schuster, and the Chieftains need a timeout.
Full timeout for the Chieftains.
It'll be a full timeout.
From the biggest stadiums in the state to the familiar fields down the street.
Well, we said that sportsmanship is the golden rule in action, but why? It should stop when the game is over. Now more than ever, we need to respect each other and treat each other with common decency, not only between the lines, but outside the lines in our daily lives. In sports and in life, nothing beats good sportsmanship. A message for the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
The littlest of the little, Meyer is proud to sponsor this game and hundreds of local sports teams across Michigan.
4:37 remaining first half of play. Brad Fetters, so glad you decided to tune us in tonight here on Chippewa Valley Cable Television. Our Big Reds out in front, 19-8 over the Utica Chieftains. Chippewa Valley here on their home floor. Love to add a district title to the trophy case. This district will take on the winner of the district being played over at Lance Cruz North. There's a three on the way, is good. Sebastian Soriano able to tickle the twine. Lance Cruz North taking on Port Huron Northern tonight. The winner of that game will take on the Dakota Cougars, who were able to blow out Anchor Bay. Final score of that game was 69-26. Cougars riding all kinds of momentum into that district title game. As Dakota, as most of our viewers know, won the MAC Red-White crossover tournament, beating Chippewa Valley in that championship game. So Utica kind of just hanging around thanks in large part to some outside shooting. They got three-pointers from Brody, McFarland, and Soriano. Now they back it down deep, the post position. Akram School. Two-possession game, 19-13, the Big Reds in front. Schuster drew a triple team. Lilly, he's starting to heat up. His second three-pointer of the quarter gives him now a team high 8 points. Utica looking for an answer, can't get it. And rebound, unable to control it cleanly. Devin Lilly. So possession will stay with Utica. School again, nearly lost a pivot foot. Had to avoid the travel and had to avoid the 3-second violation. This time he catches in momentum, carries that momentum to the bucket, and gets fouled. Ricky Mosley can't believe it, and he's gonna argue his case. He's not gonna win it. Just the first foul on Mosley. Just the second team foul, but they're gonna call it a shooting foul, which will put Akram School onto the line. Haskell, one of 3 tri-captains for head coach David Hinkle, along with Jason Azar and Kevin Kekic. Haskell splits at the line. 8-point lead for Chippewa Valley. Lilly has a basketball into the corner. 3 on the way from Deshaun Goodwin, just short. Kekic comes down with the defensive rebound. Slowly works his way up the floor, trying to cross over Schuster. Unsuccessful. Defers to McFarland in the corner. Mason Brody trying to drive on Ricky Mosley once again. Instead, they run a little cut to the basket, and they find Kekic there. Really well-run offensive set for the Chieftains. Deshaun Goodwin telegraphed that pass, a turnover. Up ahead, McFarland hoists and hits. A little breakout there for the Chieftains. 5 quick points. And the lead now just down to 4, 22-18. Chippewa Valley out in front. Lilly crosses over. Pull-up jumper is good. Devin Lilly's show here in the first half for Chippewa Valley, as he has quickly raced up to 10 points. Kekic gets a screen, pick and roll. Run to perfection. As it's Haskell once again. 7 points in this quarter for the senior captain. Lilly walks it over the half-court line. Isaiah Joe Liffey getting ready to check into the game for Chippewa Valley. Little step back 3, no good off the back heel. Haskell comes down with the rebound. McFarland over to Kekic. Kekic surveys his offensive landscape. Schuster applies a little bit of defensive pressure. Brody over to McFarland. Kekic catches. Little pocket pass inside. They dump it right back out. Kekic straight away, drives the lane. Thought he was fouled, no call. 2 Chieftain players go down. Chippewa Valley with numbers if they can hurry. A little 5-on-3. Into the corner. Deshaun Goodwin's 3, no good. And we're gonna get a tie-up, jump ball to call. Possession arrow favors Utica. 39 seconds separating us from the halftime break. Jordan Wright and Joe Liffey, the 2 subs into the game, as they will join Ricky Mosley, Devin Lilly, and Ryan Schuster as the 5 Big Reds on the floor. Sebastian Soriano now will bring it up. Dribbles the basketball between his legs. Joe Liffey extends the defensive pressure. It's a suffocating defense that's played at times by the Big Reds. Straight up man-to-man. Ricky Mosley extends it out on Mason Brody. Schuster guarding Kekic. Soriano turns the corner, pull-up 15-footer is good. And Chieftains turn the ball over on the inbound pass, but it will not matter as the halftime buzzer sounds. What a push there by the Chieftains. Late in the corner. Big Reds led by as many as 9, but it's the Chieftains that come roaring back as we head into the halftime break. The Chippewa Valley Big Reds in front, 24-22. Don't go anywhere. When we come back, it'll be the start of the third quarter of play.
Multi-sport athletes are more coachable. On the carry, number 9.
My dad and my grandfather are officials. I've grown up around officials and seeing how much they enjoy being part of the games. As a student athlete, I've always appreciated the people out there who are willing to give back to the kids. The Legacy program lets me officiate while I'm still in high school, working younger kids' games. Officiating gives me a better understanding of the game. I get to make some pretty good money for a high school kid, and I even get to spend some quality time with my dad. There's help wanted. Just whistle.
A late run by the Utica Chieftains in the second quarter has made this one a tight ball game. 24-22, nearly set to go. Third quarter of play from Chippewa Valley High School. I'm Brad Fetters for Chippewa Valley Cable Television. district semifinals. Winner of tonight's game will take on the Lance Cruz Lancers in the district title game. Chippewa Valley Big Reds will have the opening possession of this third quarter. Devin Lilly leading all scorers with 10. Ryan Schuster has the basketball right now with 7 points. Chieftains outscored the Big Reds 19-13 in that second quarter. Joe Liffey, we're going to say that's a clean block there by Utica. Into the corner. Nobody home defensively as Soriano knocks it down. Sebastian Soriano now with 8 points, and the Chieftains have claimed the lead. Little 4-up look for Chippewa Valley. Lilly comes around on a curl, tries to drive, nothing there. Gets a screen set by Jordan Wright. He pulls up from the free throw line, dumps it in deep. Wright goes up off the high glass and down. Jordan Wright with just 4 points in this basketball game. We talked about it at the very top of the broadcast that he has a distinct size advantage down low. The Utica Chieftains have kind of tried to counter that by bringing Akram Askell into the game. And Askell is dynamite in that second quarter as he finished with 7 points. Schuster, corner pocket three, no good. Askell comes down with the rebound. 26-25, Big Reds in front. Soriano with 8 points. One-hand pass into the corner. Chieftains spent a lot of time on the offensive end throughout that first half, passing it around the perimeter. And this time it's Mason Brody who goes up with the bunny off the high glass and through. Big Reds at times in that first half looked like they were just going to blow out Utica. But the Chieftains were able to hang around and really got some momentum late in that first half. Lilly dumps a pass down low, this time to Joe Liffey. Kicks it into the corner. Schuster thought about it, went up with a ball fake, able to track down that loose ball. Devin Lilly catches from the wing, fires and knocks it down. Chippewa Valley will quickly call a timeout with 5:42 left to go. Big Reds in front now, 29-27. The love of the game draws us to sports, players, coaches, spectators, and officials. Officials, it's a way to stay in the game they once played, to feel the thrill, putting on the uniform, stepping onto the playing surface, hustling to make the call, and building relationships, which can only be built in sports. If you still have that love for the game, we always need new officials. Register now at mhsaa.com. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Phone, text, email, or the iPhone or Android app. Make the play. Use OK to say.
So Devin Lilly, absolutely on fire from distance. The last make was his third triple of the ball game. Schuster's knocked down one from distance, as has Isaiah Joe Liffey. So 5 3-pointers in the early goings here for Chippewa Valley. And it's Mason Brody able to knock down the jumper. So all of a sudden, after a very slow and methodical first quarter of play, the offense is starting to pick up just a bit. Lilly hacked there, so he'll shoot a couple. And these are the first free throws of the game for Chippewa Valley. It's taken the 5:23 mark of the third quarter for Chippewa Valley to shoot free throws. Devin Lilly misses the first. But knocks down the second. Chippewa Valley back out in front, 30-29. Why a little bit of full court pressure now to the Big Reds. Nearly had Soriano trapped on this near side. Dump down pass, baseline drive. Akram Askell. He has been phenomenal offensively for the Chieftains off the bench. Lilly between the circles. Mosley dumps one down to Schuster, goes up with the shot, got fouled, and will shoot two. Ryan Schuster, such a valuable part of this Chippewa Valley team. Earlier broadcast this season, we called him the Swiss Army knife.
Ryan Schuster to the line, shooting two.
Able to knock down from distance, not afraid to get on the blocks, bang bodies down low. Constantly grabbing rebounds. Couldn't get the first free throw to fall. It's the second, however. We are all tied up, 31-31. Well, Chippewa Valley, no strangers to close ball games. In fact, they are 7-3 in games that have been decided by less than 6 points. They've been in overtime twice. They have a 1-1 record in overtime, and it's Mason Brody starting to heat up. He has 7 points in this quarter, now 10 in the ball game. Schuster backs out all the way onto the logo. Lilly catches in front of his home bench and turns the ball over. Was looking to dump the ball in deep to Schuster. Into the corner, Brody unable to catch that ball cleanly, and now has the ball stolen. Lilly, a little hesitation dribble, peels out. Straight away, three on the way. Ricky Mosley in and out. Tough luck miss there by the senior. Mason Brody quickly in the offensive zone. Soriano goes up with the ball fake. Gets a little screen, a little pick and roll. Soriano scoops, can't score. Sturm comes down with the defensive rebound. Hands off to Lilly, walks it over the timeline. Now puts on the Jets. Yo-yos the basketball in the left hand. And yo-yoed it out of bounds. Sturm will take a seat. Joe Liffey, 6-foot junior, back into the ball game for head coach Corey Smith. Brody being guarded by Rayshawn Hester. Hester, a late addition to the varsity roster. Driving into the baseline, and it looks like they're going to get Ricky Mosley for the foul. Nope, instead they're going to say Devin Lilly. Check that, Devin Lilly, his first. Just the first in this half for Chippewa Valley. Bryce Cotellis into the game now for Utica. Into the corner, three on the way, short, and it hit the suspension above the basket that holds the net and backboard in place. So that's automatically out of bounds. Tough break there for Utica. Chieftains outscoring the Big Reds 12-7 here in the third quarter. Schuster spins, hoists, hits, and one. Schuster now with 10 points and an opportunity to tie the score once again. Big crowd in attendance for this district semifinal game. We mentioned the other semifinal game needed overtime with the Lancers from L'Anse Creuse beating the Stevenson Titans 69-59. On the other half of this bracket, Dakota beat up on Anchor Bay, and L'Anse Creuse North led Port Huron Northern at the half. So plenty of action around the MHSAA and the Macomb Area Conference here tonight. Schuster makes good on the free throw, so he completes the three-point play. And with 2:40 now remaining in the third quarter, we are knotted up at 34 apiece. Soriano into the corner, McFarland, he can't hit. Soriano gets down the offensive rebound, kicks it out top. Pekic from distance, no good, air ball, out of bounds. Possession over to the Big Reds. Chippewa Valley 14-6 overall, a 7-3 record in MAC Red play, which was good enough for a co-share of the MAC Red title with their rivals, the Dakota Cougars. They fell to the Cougars in the MAC Red-White crossover tournament. Schuster drives, makes contact.
Foul on Trent McFarland, his third.
A foul is going to go against Trent McFarland. It's his third personal foul, so he's going to have to take a seat. Schuster's going to go to the line to shoot two.
For the Big Reds.
Bolsakovic into the game.
And for the Chieftains, Nick
He
Boskowski.
replaces Trent McFarland with those three personal fouls. Jordan Wright, the 6'4" sophomore, comes into the game as well for the Big Reds. Schuster good on both freebies. 36-34, the Big Reds out in front. Soriano. Aschool back in to play the post. Trying to drive, hoist, floats, hits, and one. Kevin Kekic. So back and forth we go. Teams really starting to trade blows now
Kekic to the line.
as they have settled in. Not a lot of breathing room for either team. Kekic makes good on the free throw. Chieftains reclaim the lead, 37-36. Ryan Schuster, the majority of the Chippewa Valley offense here in this third quarter. Got 6 points in the frame, team high 13. Inside dump off, Jordan Wright takes it home. .70 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Sebastian Soriano barks out the play call. Three on the way, no good, short. Kicks around and is recovered there by Devin Lilly. Quickly up into the front court. Lilly, bullet pass inside to Wright. He shuffled the feet, and that'll result in a traveling call. Jordan Wright might have been surprised by the quickness of that pass by Devin Lilly. Hesitation causing him to shuffle the feet. Soriano, chest pass. Received there by Brody. Works his way around the screen. Floats, hits. Boy, oh boy, Utica has been solid from the field here in this third quarter. Brody now with 9 in the corner. Gives him 12 in the game. He has really exploded offensively for Utica. Lilly gets the screen, nope. He's gonna turn it down and instead will defer to Ricky Mosley. Hands the basketball off to Schuster. 5 to shoot. Schuster's 3 on the way, short, no good. And after 3 quarters of play, the Chieftains have come in on the Big Reds' home floor and have captured the lead, 39-38. We'll take one final break here on Chippewa Valley Cable Television. But when we come back, it'll be the start of the fourth and final quarter of play. Don't go anywhere.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the diamond.
In the pool. On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah! Be great.
Participate!
Welcome back to the Valley. Chippewa Valley, Brad Fetters for CBC TV. Big Reds claimed an early 11-3 lead after the first quarter of play and have been outscored 36-27 in the second and third quarters. And as you look up at the big board here, you see the Chieftains in front, 39-38, thanks in large part to some outstanding shooting by Mason Brody. He's got 12 points. Up ahead, Devin Lilly couldn't catch the pass, tried to save it, and stepped on the baseline. So Brody with 12 points for the Chieftains. He leads all Utica players in points. Trent McFarland in a little bit of foul trouble with 3. Stuck on 5 points. Soriano picked up the dribble, gets it right back in front of his visitors' bench. It's going to be Brody. Over to Kekic, back over to Brody. Straightaway 3 is good. Oh boy. Hey, speaking of the Chippewa Valley Big Reds, they're going to have to find an answer defensively for Mason Brody. 4-point lead now for the Chieftains. Devin Lilly with 14 points, gives over to Schuster. And the Big Reds going to take a timeout to talk things over. All kinds of momentum on the side of the Chieftains.
At Sparrow, you have access to a team of highly skilled positions.
Keep up with everything MHSAA on social media. Look us up on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube for tournament updates, event announcements, and high school sports news from around the state. It's the best way to connect with the MHSAA every day. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association promoting the value and values of educational athletics. Quick timeout there by Coach Corey Smith, and probably a wise decision, as he did not want this game to get out of hand, as Chieftains have all of a sudden caught fire from the field, seemingly been able to knock down every shot that they've taken. This is a district semifinal game. The winner of tonight's game will take on the Lance Cruz Lancers in the district finals. Oh, an ill-advised pass out of the timeout. Now Devin Lilly trips up Mason Brody.
Devin Lilly, his second.
Second foul on Devin Lilly. They're going to say the foul occurred on the floor. Brody was not going up with a shot attempt, so perhaps a bit of a break there for Chippewa Valley. Driving baseline, floating, can't hit. Schuster comes down with the defensive rebound. Immediately draws a double team, able to pass out of it. Joe Liffey up ahead, twist, turns, has it pocket picked. It's another turnover there for the Big Reds. So back-to-back offensive possessions that result in turnovers. Not what Coach Corey Smith drew up in that last timeout. And now we're going to get a timeout called. 30-second variety by the Utica Chieftains.
You need help paying for college? Michigan Student Aid administers scholarships, grants, and college savings programs that help
So
make
we
college
mentioned
accessible, affordable,
5 different
and attainable
scores
for you.
factored into the scoring for the Chippewa Valley Big Reds in the first half. And really, it's been a very quiet second half offensively. Devin Lilly with just 4 points back in the third. Ryan Schuster finished with 6, 4 coming via the free throw. And Jordan Wright finished with 4 points in that third quarter down in the post position. Chieftains outscoring the Big Reds in that third quarter by a 17-14 margin. Little give and go into the paint, swatted out of there. Big block shot by Jordan Wright and Ricky Mosley. Devin Lilly quickly into the front court. We'll give over to Ryan Schuster. Devin Lilly now playing the role of the off guard. Gets a little bit of a screen from Jordan Wright. Goes up with a quick shot. Ryan Schuster follows up the miss with the make. Schuster, the glue that's holding this team together right now. Schuster with 15. Sebastian Soriano looking to cross over Isaiah Joe Liffey. Instead passes over to Kitchich. Pass comes down into the post. Akram Askell down there. Now he extends out. A little bit of separation, a little bit of a tap back there. McFarland, oh no! We got a little baby on the floor. Oh, is that a dangerous mistake? And Devin Lilly scoops up the little one and returns the child to its guardian. Oh boy, that could have been an absolute disaster. Now the officials are going to talk things over and try to figure out what to do here. A shot did go up. And are they going to consult the possession arrow? What are we going to get here? And I think they're just going to say the possession will remain with Utica. Folks, in all my years of broadcasting athletics, I've never seen a spectator come out onto the field, let alone a young baby. That's a first. Officially seeing a little bit of everything tonight. So possession will stay with Utica. Akram Askell. McFarland now with the basketball. 5 minutes remaining in regulation. Utica's been a very patient, offensive-minded team. Sebastian Soriano, field goal doesn't fall. Numbers now for Chippewa Valley, and Soriano will just grab a hold of Joe Liffey. Draws a whistle. As Akram Askell stayed down on the floor for a long time after that offensive possession. Foul applied there by Soriano allowed the Utica Chieftains to even things up at 5 on 5. Soriano's first foul. The fifth, however, on the Utica Chieftains. Chippewa Valley back to work offensively. Devin Lilly, little crossover, an easy lay-in. You wonder if Chippewa Valley is going to turn to Devin Lilly throughout this fourth quarter. He has been their force offensively throughout the regular season. McFarland into the corner now for Ketchich. Being harassed there by Schuster. Able to pass out of it. Brody over to Soriano in front of his visitors' bench. Soriano decides to drive. Instead, it's Kitchich into the corner. A little catch and shoot. Soriano from the far side grabs a hold of the offensive rebound, and the Chieftains will reset. 3 really good guards for the Chieftains in the form of Brody, McFarland, and Soriano. Kitchich playing the role of the power forward, and now we're going to get a foul away from the basketball. Push the call. It'll be the third foul on Jordan Wright. We'll see if Corey Smith stays with them. It doesn't appear that anyone will replace Jordan Wright on the floor. So the 6'4" sophomore will stay out there with 3 personal fouls. Ricky Mosley applying a little bit of pressure on the inbound pass. Brody able to find Kitchich. Kitchich will go over to Soriano now, will slow things down. Brody had the ball knocked out of his hands, out of bounds. And we'll see a foul instead. It'll go against Ricky Mosley.
Foul on Ricky Mosley.
6'1" seniors second, team fifth. So both teams now saddled with 5 team fouls. 3:34 remaining in regulation. Our other semifinal game required overtime in order to settle the score. Akron Mass School able to pass out of that, avoided the 3-second violation. Isaiah Joe Lippy nearly came away with a steal. Instead, the ball rolls out of bounds, and possession will stay with the Chieftains. Chippewa Valley had a 9-point lead in the first half. Some hot shooting out of the Chieftains has got them back into this ball game. They've had a lead throughout the second half. We're tied now. 3 on the way by McFarland. No good long. He gets his own miss. Long shots equal long rebounds. And it was Trent McFarland that was able to track it down. Pass comes into the corner now. Tecic catches on the wing. Picks up the dribble. Defers now to Soriano. Little bunny, no good. And it's Joe Lippy who rips it down. Up ahead to Jordan Wright, catches the ball above his head. Over to Mosley in the corner. Devin Lilly will foul from behind. It'll go against Soriano. Team 6th against the Chieftains. Important foul there on Utica. The next foul called against the Chieftains will put the Big Reds on the line for a 1-and-1. It'll be Schuster to trigger. He finds Jordan Wright, drives inside, gets harmed, and will shoot 2. It'll be Askew with the foul call. Shooting foul. So it'll put Jordan Wright to the line for 2 free throws. First is no good. Boy, oh boy, how many varsity basketball games have we seen decided late in ball games via the free throw? Chippewa Valley Big Reds, no stranger to late games, tight ball games. We mentioned 7-3 are the Big Reds in games decided by less than 6 points. I've seen 2 games go to overtime. They're 1-1 in those contests. Soriano looks to turn the corner. Can't find anything available to him. This Utica team, no hurry. And it's Mason Brody that knocks down the jumper. Little turnaround jumper off the hands of Brody. Under 2 minutes now remaining. Devin Lilly has the basketball. Goes to Schuster. Twirls the ball in his hands. Looking to back down his defender instead. Goes to Ricky Mosley who lays it in. A terrific cut there by Ricky Mosley. 90 seconds left to go in regulation. Soriano. One would think the offense is going to go through Mason Brody. It's a clean steal. Ricky Mosley up ahead and finger rolls it home. Timeout on the floor. Ricky Mosley has given the Big Reds a 2-point advantage.
Timeout, Big Reds.
Big moment in this basketball game with the Big Reds out in front 46-44 via the Ricky Mosley finger roll. Got to remind you that the broadcast of today's game is copyright presentation of the Michigan High School Athletic Association and Chippewa Valley Cable Television. No reproduction, retransmission, or other distribution of the descriptions or accounts of this game may take place without the express written consent of the MHSAA and Chippewa Valley Cable Television. Two teams getting ready to break their huddles. It has been an extremely low-scoring fourth quarter of play. Big Reds with the advantage in this fourth frame. 8-5. Mason Brody, all 5 of the Chieftain points here in this fourth quarter. He has 14 second half points for Utica, 17 now in the ball game. The sophomore on the floor along with Sebastian Soriano, Kevin Kikich, the big man Akram Askul, and the junior Trent McFarland. That's a 5 on the 4 offensively for the Chieftains. We know it's a clampdown defense for Chippewa Valley. They have their 5 starters on the floor. And there's the defense applied by Jordan Wright at the top. He comes away with the steal. Joe Liffey goes up. And a foul call. The Chieftains wanted to travel. They're not going to get it. The foul occurred on the floor. So Joe Liffey will go to the line to shoot a 1-and-1. Talk about tenacious defense. Jordan Wright, the man at the very top of the defensive formation that came away with the steal. Iron on kind that time for Joe Lippy as he can't hit. So it was not a 1-and-1 on the floor foul. They ended up calling it a shooting foul. So Joe Lippy has one more free throw coming. He can't knock it down as it rims out. Oh, 2 big misses at the line there for Isaiah Joe Lippy. Second life now for the Chieftains. 46-44, 40 seconds remaining. One would think they're gonna go to Brody here. He comes around the curl. They dump it down low into the post. A little hook shot from Akram Askul as he knocks it down. 46-46. Chieftains could hit. Check that, the Big Reds could hold here for one final possession. Devin Lilly looks over at his home bench. Corey Smith says, "You're the man. I'm not taking a timeout. Do your thing." Here we go. 5 seconds remaining. Devin Lilly drives, pulls up, fires home a 2, knocks it down. Devin Lilly gives the Big Reds the lead. The 6'3" senior, Devin Lilly, big man on campus tonight, has just given the Big Reds a 2-point advantage with 0.3 seconds on the scoreboard, and perhaps has punched the ticket for the Big Reds to continue their dance as they look to go to the district title game to take on the Lance Cruz Lancers. What a big moment in this basketball game. Corey Smith allowed his senior to come up in the biggest moment of the ball game. Refused to take a timeout. Devin Lilly with the pull-up jumper knocks it home. Not much time here for the Chieftains. Well, in fact, they're going to put some time up on the board. There was just 0.3 seconds. Officials came over and put 3 seconds up on the big board. And now we're gonna get a timeout called by Chippewa Valley. They wanted to see how the Chieftains lined up offensively. Because of the made jumper, the Chieftains could, if they so choose, run the baseline. Three seconds, plenty of time to catch the inbound pass and hoist up a shot. Chippewa Valley does have one foul to give. We'll see if they choose to do that and kind of disrupt the momentum of the Chieftains. It'll be Bolsakowski to inbound. Chippewa Valley will not put a defender on the inbound pass, electing to put all 5 defenders back. Mason Brody, one would think, will try to get the ball, and instead Utica will be forced to take a timeout.
Full timeout, Chieftains.
What a big shot by Devin Lilly. Allowed some valuable time to tick off. No shot clock in the Michigan High School Athletic Association game. The Big Reds knew they could hold for one final shot. Lilly went up with it, knocked it down, gave the Big Reds a 2-point advantage. They have seen some heartbreak in this gym this season. Looking to avoid that here tonight and continue their season. This one-and-done format. Looking to advance to play the Lance Cruz Lancers in a couple nights from now. So once again, Bolsakowski will inbound the pass. This time, Chippewa Valley has decided to put Jordan right on the inbound pass. And a little bit of gamesmanship being displayed by Corey Smith as he will take a timeout. Utica does not have any timeouts left. Chippewa Valley just has one. Nope, check that. They do not have any timeouts left as well. So it's a use it or lose it timeout for Chippewa Valley, and they will elect to use it. So neither team now has a timeout. 3 seconds remaining. Mentioned, it was interesting, Chippewa Valley changed things up defensively. They elected to put Jordan right on the inbounder. I think that's smart. Make things as difficult as possible in order for the Chieftains to get this basketball in, and now they will go away from it. So Chippewa Valley has changed things up all 3 different times that they brought their defense out. Chieftains get the inbound pass in. They're gonna get a shot from inside the half-court line. It bounces off the backboard and does not go down. Mason Brody could not hit, and the Chippewa Valley Big Reds survive and advance. Devin Lilly, your hero here tonight. The game winner with 3 seconds left on the clock, and it was Mason Brody who was able to get off a shot just inside the half-court line. Couldn't get the bank shot to fall. And it's the Chippewa Valley Big Reds who go home victors here tonight and will advance to the district title game. 48-46, your final score, and they will take on the Lance Cruz Lancers in the district title game. Wow, what a game here tonight.
That is 6 p.m.
Well, I'd like to take this opportunity to thank our hardworking Chippewa Valley cable television crew. I'm Brad Fetter saying goodnight one final time from the Valley. As the Chippewa Valley Big Reds are your victors. Final score 48-46. We'll see you next time right here on Chippewa Valley Cable Television.